Hey, Ben, man.
I'm pretty good. What's up with you, LB?
You know, you see, I'm trying here. You know, life.
Yeah, you doing it.
You know,
10 soldiers and Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own. This summer right here, they're coming. Forted in Ohio.
Make sure you guys are tuned in February 17th for Juggalo Day on Signature Series Network with LBSickning.
Yeah. It's Blaze Hunter, Ninth Wonder. Yes, sir. We got LBSickning. We got Lil Flip. Let's go. Ooh, yeah. I'm the realest to do this. I'm a G in these streets and you sweeter than Cool Whip. I'm a scholar to the game while most of you clueless. Crossing me, that would be foolish. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a dog. I'm a problem. I'm a sicko. I'm a sicko in these streets. I'm a boss. I got 'em. Sicko ENT, Ninth Wonder. We got 'em.
I've been telling them since a young age I'm gonna murder one day, but no, I didn't mean literally. I'm mass assassin lyrically. There's a whole bunch of people that be feeling the way that I do. We hustle, grind, stack, Davo. You be acting like you in high school. You hate and get your money right. I'm high artificial satellite. I worked for a homie. This a goal, it's not a dream. This is Sicko ENT. We on that Ninth Wonder team. How many times you tell me to put the mic down? You quiet now. It's time to put my city on. It's 4 and 9. We fire. Wow. I didn't know a juggalo rapper could ever come so hard like this. Look, another felon who turned his life around. I'm fucking pissed. The Pocky one chip challenge, hottest in the world. We fire. Troll the haters up so bad they have no choice but to retire. I might live in Ohio, but I was born in Texas. You could get the horns if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. Dedicated to Ryan, Sicko ENT.
I'm the realest to do this. I'm a G.
What up, y'all? LBSickning making another video for my sickos. I got my girl Sarah with me. What's up, baby? She gonna bite me already. Kick me in my face and shit. No? Check this out, man. This is dope. So, yeah, man, I got Russett Burbank on the show. You know, the lead singer, Russett Burbank. Nowadays, he's got a new band. And I got him on an interview today, and he talked to me about it. Horse Feather Fallout is the name of his new band. We're going to check that out. Maybe a couple songs from Russett Burbank. So, let's check this out, man. Horse Feather Fallout. Cassie, lyric video.
There's a graveyard in my backyard. I've said goodbye to every ghost. There's no lessons in second guessing, so write about what you know. There's a sunset, you should have seen it, and a fire burning down below. And by the ashes, we feel our passions. Hold me close and never let me go, no. Never let me go. Oh no. Yeah. convinced that I like you at all. I'm not convinced yet I like you people. I'm pretty sure that I hate myself. I'm pretty sure that I hate myself. I'm pretty sure that I hate myself. I'm not convinced yet I like you people. I'm pretty sure that I hate myself.
What's going on? It's your boy J Prime. Make sure you tune in to the Signature Series Network February 17th for Juggalo Day, hosted by the one and only Sicko ENT. Salute.
Welcome to the new year. Glad to see you made it. Happy we can say yeah. Oh. Welcome to the new year. Glad to see you made it. So happy we can say it. Whoa. Scream to the top of your lungs. Have a blast, kiss the ones you love. Don't take for granted. Heaven knows now.
So, welcome to This Just Music, man. For those that don't know, I'm LBSickning. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro. This is Nick.
I'm Nick Woodruff. I used to do stuff for a long time. I used to be cool. Now I'm just not. I'm still pretty cool.
You're still pretty cool, bro.
Now I'm old. You old too.
What first got you into music, man?
What first got me into music?
Yeah.
That's it's an interesting question. It's hard to know how far back to go, but I feel like music's always in my blood. My mom told me that I get music from my dad. I never met my dad. We can talk about that at some point here, but he was in the Navy band apparently. And then growing up, my grandfather played music in cover bands, so I was just always around music. And then my uncles, you know, were bad influences on me, and they showed me heavy metal and rap music. I'm like, oh, this is another kind of music. So it's always been around. Like even listening to Neil Diamond and Wilson Phillips and in the car with my mom, to listening to oldies on the radio with my granddad and him telling me facts about all the music, to, you know, my uncles partying and listening to Slayer and Metallica. Like I got something out of all that.
Yeah, man, it's pretty dope, man. So how would you describe the musically that you typically create these days?
Weird, but honest. For sure. That's one of the most important things to me, is that I feel something honestly when I'm performing or writing or whatever. I write a lot more rarely these days. Like I don't sit down and write something like I used to. I used to write all the time. Who you thumbing? Go ahead. What do they want?
You're gonna kill this cat, man. Fucking this thing don't ever shut up. It's around 24/7.
That's why I have to come out to the garage, because I got two barking ass dogs, and the kids are about to go to bed. And if they hear somebody else talk, they're gonna flip out.
Yeah,
like I can be too loud out here and they'll start barking.
Yeah, it's life. It's Zoom. You know, what do you expect?
No, I know. That's all we can do these days. I sure miss concerts. Yeah, I'm not writing as much as I used to, but when I do, I find it poignant. Like I feel like it's the best things that I've ever wrote, but I don't spend as much time on it like I used to. It's about quality, not quantity anymore.
You've definitely wrote some of the best music I've heard. There's just two tracks that you have on one of your old ass albums, man. Fucking Lazy and critical something.
Critical Conditions.
Yeah, Critical Conditions. Those two tracks have put a statement in my life for the last, I don't know, how fucking long have I known you, bro? Fucking forever.
Now, I didn't write Lazy. It was just, that was the one track on that album that I didn't write pretty much any of. James Borsick, the Fruit Picker, wrote that with our first bass player as like a side acoustic thing. And then we just took it. I ended up actually playing bass on that song. Like we all switched instruments on that song for a minute. And I added things to it, but that's like one of the only ones I actually didn't write lyrically. I wrote all the lyrics and did all the arrangement for almost every goddamn other thing we did, but that's the one everybody loves and I didn't write.
Right. That's a lot of people say, I said it in the other show that I did on you where I didn't have the interview in, and this time we're going to show your newer music, you know what I'm saying? And I said I said on that one that a lot of people say that that's your best song, and I don't agree with it. It's your second best song. You know?
Everybody likes something different. There's a couple things we never even recorded, you know, that I like a lot that nobody ever heard. It changes constantly, you know.
Right.
It's cool to not listen to it for a while and have been out of it for a minute and then go back to it, listen to something and be like, man, that song was cool. I like a lot of stuff off our first album that nobody really heard. And I feel like it's before its time. And if we had better production, those might have been better songs, you know.
Yeah, there's a couple underrated tracks on there for sure. You're right, the production quality on some of them are just, it takes it away, you know. It happens though, man. I got a lot of songs like that in my past too, you know. 85% of them.
Right. Well, that's where we come from. I'm there. I got some musical projects from like before Burbank. We're talking about Russett Burbank mostly, but I had some stuff before that if you dig out and find the quality is garbage, but there's a little, like I listen to it now and I'm embarrassed, but I know there's something there still like that. We all have to get somewhere, you know, and we got to work it out. We got to figure out how we get in there. And sometimes it, you know, you don't get it the first shot. You don't get it right away. Sometimes it takes you 85 times before you get something good.
Right. And you just don't ever give up and keep striving, and you never know what's going to happen, man. That's my advice to anybody. If you could open a show for any artist in the world, who would it be?
I like Clutch a lot. I'd love to play with Clutch. It depends on what I'm doing. Am I doing comedy? Am I playing Russett Burbank? Am I doing an acoustic show? Is it on a totally separate project? But yeah, if it was like Russett Burbank, I'd love to open for Clutch, which is probably more attainable than, like, obviously it'd be cool to open for like Metallica or somebody where there's, you know, a billion fucking people or whatever. But yeah, just as a band that I would like to, like Clutch is one, System of a Down. I think that'd be cool.
System's dope. So you mentioned your comedy, man. You want to talk a little bit about that? What's up with that?
Well, when my wife got pregnant in 2013, we sold the bar and shut it down, and had a kid, got a regular job, moved to Tennessee. None of the band really came with me, and so I started doing comedy more. I'd always like dabbled in comedy here and there, and tried it out. We did podcasts and that kind of shit back in the day, but
I remember.
I liked comedy. I joined a band when I came to Tennessee that wasn't really, like, it was a fun musical group, but we never got anywhere. We weren't doing anything. Go ahead, get him. Yeah.
Throw some crayons at him. He'll be all right. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all right. And the band I was in, like, we kept having to push things back, and people didn't want to do shows. And I'm like, well, it was a long drive for me. And sometimes I would get to practice and we would be sitting around for 2 hours waiting while other people dicked around and did shit. And I'm like, I drive an hour. I got wife and kids at home. So you just wasted 3 hours of my time, and I have to drive another hour back, you know. And at one point, the guitar player's like, dude, you should just go do that comedy, because it seems like you're good at that and you should try that, because we're never going to get our shit together and we don't want to waste your time. And I'm like, that was really cool. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe I will. And so I did, and I started doing it. And I've run my own shows in Nashville for a while. I've got the longest running Friday night. It's once a month. It's the last Friday of every month. Free showcase where we have like at least 10 comics on the show. It's free to get in, and we booked all kinds of comics that way. I met all kinds of comics that way. Worked on my shit. I hosted a dark open mic for a long time where it was no recording allowed, and you were encouraged to come say the sickest, illest, fucking grossest shit you possibly could just to get it out of your system, even if it ain't like, you know, your material. You want to, like, if you want to come say some shit, come say some shit. And no judgment. But remember, you still got to live on the same planet with everybody when you walk out the doors. You know, so
Right.
that got to be stressful.
I'm sure you've seen some shit, man. I mean, me and you could tell some stories from the underground, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do sometimes, but yeah, it's there's a lot of stories. It's been cool remembering some stuff because, you know, I forget a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of crazy shit, so it's cool remembering stuff, and it's cool seeing what other people remember and the stuff that you bring up. And I'm like, you know, that's really awesome. So I'm glad that so many people still hold that dear in their hearts.
Well, I do gotta say the audio quality is like 10 times better than his older shit. I like that. That's dope, you know? For an artist to open up about themselves and like show the world, you know, the soft shit that they think of, you know what I mean? To be a man and show your soft side, it's not easy to do. It's just not. It's not in us. You know what I mean? And Nick does that a lot in a lot of his music, man. Check this next one out, State of Things. But before we check this out, y'all, I'm on a cover of Realist magazine with Mars and shit. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. It's a nice little write-up. There's a bunch of people in here. Blaze Hunter's in here with me. Who else in here with me? Hair Trigger. Shout out to Hair Trigger. That's actually my homie. Rapping Grandpa's in here with me. Yo, it's dope. It's a dope magazine. Not only that, you know, the jersey I'm wearing, I got the box set from Buckshot and Kung Fu Vampire, the Double Dragon. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. Check this out, dude. This is dope. It's a fucking... It's this album on like a flash drive thing that you can just have in your wallet. Just, yo, you want my album? That's dope. I need to get some of these made. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck makes tapes anymore, yo? Who does that? Double Dragon. You know, got this dope ass. It looks like a Nintendo. It's a stash box. Looks like a fucking Nintendo. It's dope. You know, it came with a pen too, but I put my pen on my suit. So what's up? You want to listen to this next song? What the fuck's it called again? State of Things. Horsefeller Fallout. Formerly, well, the lead singer is formerly Russett Burbank. Steak and potatoes, motherfucker.
state of things. Ain't that the way it seems? Give yourself away again, begrudgingly come back to me. Those folks can take or leave me, and I can't say that I blame them. I'm not my biggest fan either, but sometimes I'll entertain them. I'm a mess of a wreck of a shell of a man, and I can't stop dying. I understand when you spit in my face, at least one of us is trying. Most times it feels like a full-time job, staying this damn angry. It would take a bolt of fixed-term rope just strong enough to hang me. I love you more than I hate me, and as long as I remember, each time I fall to pieces, put me back together. It's just a state of things. Ain't that the way it seems? Give yourself away again, begrudgingly come back to That's just the state of things. Ain't that the way it seems? Give yourself away again, begrudgingly come back to me. That's just the state of things. That's just the state of things. Ain't that the way it seems? Give yourself away again, begrudgingly come back to me. You shut me out, I'll lock you in. Someone to lose, something to win. Sad sweet face, stone cold chin. A wooden box to lay me in. It's hard to have feeling with poor circulation. If I speak, gotta be wasting my breath. Could it be pure luck or raw determination that I could survive but have nothing left? You shut me out and I'll lock you in. Someone to lose, something to win. Sad sweet face, stone cold chin. A wooden box to lay me in. That's just the state of things. Ain't that the way it seems? Give yourself away again, begrudgingly come back to me. That's just the state of things. Ain't that the way it seems? Give yourself away again, grudgingly come back to me.
What'd you think?
That's interesting.
I think it's pretty dark. I like it though. Puts you in like a, I don't know, like a 1970s vibe, but like with a newer feel. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's Blaze Hunter, 9th Wonder. Yes, sir. We got LBSickning. We got Lil Flip. Sicko, I'm a sicko.
How many times you tell me to put the mic down? You quiet now, it's time to put my CD on. It's 419, we fire wow.
And when them swangers hit that pavement, it makes sparks fly. Don't piss me off, cause you'll see tales from the dark side.
Quit with the theories, just get with signature series on me. Just picture the fury, I used to get you to hear me. I'm a beast, rock brawler, I'm a dog. Best believe I got dollars, I'm a boss. I'm the realest to do this.
Yeah, freeway at the
I almost had a freeway at the underground.
Who saw Busy Bone at the underground from Bone Thugs and Harmony? Who saw Busy Bone at the underground? Who saw fucking Mob Deep at the underground? Mob Deep.
Yeah, my favorite memory, my absolute favorite memory of all those years of performing at the underground. I want to thank you for all that stuff, man. Here on film in front of everybody, I want to thank you for that shit. That shit's dope as fuck. Like,
yeah, man.
There's a lot of people that didn't like me, and you didn't like me in a lot of ways. Like,
doesn't mean I wouldn't give you a shot.
Right? You still, no matter what I mean, we had screaming matches at each other, man, and you still next week would call me and be like, "Hey, man, I got this show," and I'd always be shocked, like, really? I thought we were, yeah, I'm down, you know, like whatever, but. Yeah, man, that's the music scene, though. You know what I mean? That just shows your character, and you know I appreciate you because you knew I was young and stupid, and a lot of time on drugs and a lot of times drunk. You know what I mean? I mean, Thirsty Thursdays. Who the fuck runs a bar and gives everybody free beer once a week? Who the fuck does that? You
idiots.
Like
mostly idiots. And that was weird too, because like giving away free beer made us more money than a normal night.
Yeah, because
that's crazy. Because then people were buying shots and people were, you know, buying, you know, whatever food, and the beer only lasted so long, and they want to stick around and party. Then they got to start buying beers, you know, whatever. There's a whole bunch of logistics went into it. We had to do a lot of different things to get around it. There was some law trouble here and there, but yeah, man, and another thing that I got to tell people, that running that place was not easy. It was hard and it was stressful, and
not back to back, not back to back to back. We just played 5 songs back to back to back to back to back. Bada boom, bada boom. The realest band in the room. How you doing? Randy Grossweiler. As much as we all want to make out with Michelle, he doesn't have a microphone. Hold on, wait. Yeah, he doesn't have a mic right now, and he needs it. He needs that shit. Good evening, Sandusky Underground Reunion Show. Thank you very much for your participation in tonight's events. It's been a very good time. He's got nothing. You want to give him this one? Brian doesn't really need one that much.
I was short-tempered. You say that we had yelling matches. I don't remember anyone in particular, but I'm sure you're not wrong. I yelled at all kinds of people all the time and not think anything else about it. It's just how we were getting business done. And I would give anybody a chance, and anybody that I see would like work hard or try, or, music is subjective. Talent is subjective. Comedy is subjective. Art is subjective. Just because I don't like what you do doesn't mean I don't appreciate how hard you work. And I would rather be associated with somebody who works hard and sticks to their guns and, believes in themselves, even if I think your shit's garbage, than somebody who, oh, your music's really good, but you don't work fucking hard at all. I'd rather work with somebody who's got, a work ethic and a drive and passion.
So you gave me permission to do whatever I wanted to Lazy, and I just sent you a rough draft. Play it yet?
Yeah, I just listened to it. I wish it's been more different. It's kind of just it's already just like and there's a little bit, and I know you said I would rather your just take a little bit of the first part, or just the chorus, different. Don't sing the same shit, even though I know you feel that same shit. Maybe allude to it.
I mean, it's changed a little bit, but I understand what you're saying. Like, I was trying to change it more. It was just I wanted to keep the foundation of the track, but like your original lyrics was it's all inside my mind. There's no escape it. Or the original lyrics, not your original lyrics. The original lyrics were, it's all inside my mind. There's no escaping me. And I said, it's all inside your mind. You're fucking crazy. And instead of making it about me, I'm making it, it's your fault that I'm great. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
Like I said, it's a rough draft, dude. So what the people eventually hear might not even be.
I absolutely understand that.
Right.
I almost hate sending shit to people too often before I know it's ready, but also that's happened a bunch of times where, like, this new project I'm doing, we worked on the same record for 5 years because I live in a different state, so we can only get together so often. We only record so much. I got a full-time job, a part-time job, 2 kids and a wife. My wife, doesn't work. She stays home, takes care of the kids, and got to do the homeschooling with them. And so it's like, getting tired. So when we do get a chance, we get to business. And then if something, you get used to hearing a draft. And I was listening to the same draft of this song in the car for a minute. It's called Deep the Poison. And I loved the version we had, but it didn't have all the instrumentation in it. It didn't get finished for much longer. And so then when I heard the draft after the other instruments were in it, like something had happened and I didn't like, this is different. I don't like it. I was used to what I was hearing and what I liked. And then so we try to fix things and try to change things. And like we had these bass drops in the first one that I couldn't live without. And so I was willing to like sacrifice other, like when we had arguments about other songs of things that I wanted in there or mixed different, and it would, whatever, it took too long, or it'd be, we have to redo this whole, okay, fine. You keep that the way you want, but give me my goddamn bass drops back in this other song, and that's kind of how mixing that album went for 5 years,
See, like, and when I work with an artist, I want to make sure everybody's happy. Even if
Nobody'll never be happy in the music business, LB.
Right. Oh, I know. That.
Nobody's ever gonna be happy. You ain't ever happy. If you're mixing your own music, you ain't ever happy.
Oh, yeah. I don't mix my own music though.
And if somebody else mixes your music, you're never gonna be happy, because then you think you like it, and then you get it out of there, and you're like, man, you didn't do the one thing I wanted to do, or whatever. when it's your art, you're never happy with the final product.
That's subjective.
Because it's subjective.
Like I got tracks back in the day that I like that's old, and then I'd go back and I'd try to redo it, and it's like, even though it sounds better, it's got better quality. It's just I can't.
It doesn't have the same passion.
Yeah, it's not the. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's how we felt about Lazy forever too. It's like we didn't play Lazy in Sandusky very often, just because everybody wanted it, everybody sang along, and it was like it gets boring. You've done it so often, you do it so much. It's hard to reinvent the passion. Then you start dicking around with it. Then you start playing other songs in the middle of it. That's the shit that we used to do. We used to play that Green Day song in the middle.
I've had dreams of fucking Russett Burbank shows. I've seen so many fucking Russett Burbank shows, man. I remember showing up at fucking Peabody's in Cleveland sometimes doing shows and didn't even know you guys were going to be there. Ended up roadieing for you, fucking helping you fucking take all your equipment in and shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that, too.
Yeah, like, shit was dope, dude. We've had a lot of really good times together. But anyways, my favorite moment of the Underground is you and I, we share the same birthday. And there was like 5 or 6 years that we partied together for our birthday. And
I agree.
One year my mother finally came.
I want to thank my mama because she raised me right. I want to thank my mama for the stories at night. I was scared. I thought there was monsters under my bed. She made them go away. Told me it was in my head. Hey, Mom. I farted.
And I actually just still have pictures of it and shit. And when I got off stage, you stopped the music and shit, and in front of everybody, you were like, good job and shit. You actually brought a crowd, da da da. It was dope, dude. Like that's one of the. I'm sure I don't remember a lot of shit from the Underground either, but that's one of the memories that stuck out in my mind for a long time. You know what I mean?
That's really cool. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you remember that. I kind of remember that. I don't remember which show it was. I can't tell you which show it was.
It was a birthday. It was our birthday. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember which. Like,
I remember one year, man. Fucking. You remember the cake?
Yeah, I always remember you putting cake in my face.
I figured you'd remember that.
Yeah. No, I've not forgotten that. Yeah.
I think that's loved so bad that night. I'm sorry.
I think that's the only time anybody's really ever smashed a cake in my face, maybe ever. Except for possibly like even at my wedding, but that wasn't even, not as you went hard. It's all right.
Hey man, you know how many people remember that though? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you still remember that, and that's
I still remember that.
There's a billion memories that could stick out in your head, and you definitely remember.
There's probably a picture of it.
LBSickning pissed me the fuck off. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, bro.
I was generally just pissed all the time.
Yeah.
So it's that's how people remembered me anyway.
To be honest with you, man, now that I'm like deep in this music game, and I've spent so many years doing this, I mean, you're pushing. I don't want to say your age and shit, but you're pushing what age you are, huh? I
don't give a shit. I'll be 41. 41.
That's what I'm saying. I'm 34, dude. You're a few years older than me, and you owned the bar. You had your own band. You were definitely in music for a lot longer than I ever was. You're the one that showed me how to rock a mic. You're the one that showed me how to move a crowd. You show me how to keep the crowd, like, throw your hands in the air. All that shit, like, you showed me that.
Well, cool. Yeah, being a showman is important.
due time, mysteries are explained. There's an unmarked van and a tall strange man, and he's slowly driving away. There's a thin line and in due time, mysteries are explained. There's an unmarked van and a tall strange man, and he's slowly driving away. There's a thin line and in due time, the mysteries are explained. There's an unmarked van, there's a train stop man, and he's slowly driving away. There's a thin line and in due time, mysteries are explained. There's an unmarked van and a tall strange man, and he's slowly driving away. He's out in the window glass, watching you get undressed. They've been inside your house, you've been inside his mouth. He's out in the window glass, watching you get undressed. They've been inside your house, you've been inside his mouth.
That was scary. That's a scary thought. That's scary as fuck. That's like horrorcore, but like metal horrorcore. That was dope. You like it? She don't like nothing. She don't like nothing. I'm just playing. I'm gonna play a couple of his old songs, man. You know. We talked a lot about Russett Burbank, so we got to show him.
It's almost last call, so if you don't have drinks, you know something. So this is an audience participation style song. If you know the words, sing along, sing real loud, because we don't really feel like it. We are hot, fat, sweaty, and tired, impotent. But give me no apologies, there's no one that decided me. I'm sick and tired of always being wrong, but I gotta carry on with my life. It doesn't matter if I'm alright. The song inside my mind is no too long for me. I'm just about to see. I never was, I'll never be the man you wanted me to be. Now I gotta find a way for me to win back. I'm sick and tired of always running down. Sometimes I gotta be
of people say that's their best song, man. I don't agree. I do not agree. It's dope. It's definitely dope. I mean, I just fucking tried to redo it, you know? We'll see what happens. But hopefully it's done by the time I'm done editing this, you know? I mean, whatever, but...
I'ma lift your legs up and dive on in and smear your makeup. I'ma hear you scream like you in labor. As soon as I rip your panties up, I stuck my fingers in and cover your mouth in duct tape. I came to win. Coming on my dick, I'm coming on your face, I'm coming on your neck. So go on, tell me how you did. I'm telling homie, yo turn. Never mind the road burn. Now this bitch is useless. Now she got some throats.
Hey, did you see the magazine?
That's pretty awesome.
Right, man. They did a pretty dope write up of me. They only messed up on one thing, and it's probably my fault. But they put creator of Juggalo Day, and you and I both know I'm definitely not the creator of Juggalo Day. I'm just the creator of Juggalo Day on Roku. You know?
Yeah.
But
whatever.
Right. And by the way, you're in that. I pulled up a lot of the videos from back in the day when you went to the gathering and shit.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out. I think we either did 4 or 5 of the Gathering of the Juggalos performed at them. The last time, so this year for our birthday, Brian and Fruit Picker from Russett Burbank came to Tennessee, and we played on a radio show that my friend runs down here in Nashville. Some acoustic songs, and we hung out for my birthday and did some shit. And we were talking on that radio show about the Gathering of the Juggalos. It's called Friday Night Drama on Radio Free Nashville. She runs the show every Friday. Her name is Jessica Carter. She's a comedian. She's pretty cool. She'll play some of your music if it's radio friendly.
There's a edited version of the song with Lil Flip on the Sicko, the Lil Flippy Lace.
Right.
Yeah. There's a few edited songs. There's 4 or 5 songs that's like allowed in the prisons and stuff. Like, yeah, it's pretty dope, man. I can't believe I'm
got your music into the prisons. How are you doing that? What is that about?
I'm legally not allowed to tell you, but I will inbox you and tell you.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It depends on who you're using, and there's only one platform that releases music for you that lets you do it. I'm not allowed to tell you though because of how I got the information.
That's fair.
Right.
Say no more, fam. Say less, fam.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So, let's see. Let me do a good question here. What's your most useless talent?
Nunchucks. Well, I mean, it might not be the most useless. I'm awesome at nunchucks, and I've never gotten to or been in the position where I had to use them for their intended purpose in any kind of defense. So in that way, it's useless, but it's very useful in one, it's fun, and it's fun for other people to watch me do it because like fat guys usually aren't good at nunchucks, and I'm like, seriously, I guess fucking nunchucks going on right here. Like I'm the fattest, whitest ninja you ever seen, but so that's probably my most useless talent.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, you're definitely a ninja. That's dope. Yeah. That's one thing that I didn't know about you when I first met you, bro. And it took a long time to figure that out. Like the first time I realized you guys were a band full of juggalos with one kind of hater.
Well, we all go through our hating the juggalos situation from time to time, don't we?
Honestly, yeah. You meet one guy or 2 guys that claim it, and they're fucking a complete dickhead, and it makes you kind of want to put them as a whole. But that's kind of like being racist. You know what I mean? Like
that's true. You're right.
I can't do that.
We always had a good time playing juggalo shows and doing juggalo stuff. We got close a couple different times to thinking that we were gonna, get signed to something with them, but it just never happened. We were too metal, we were too rock for, I guess, what it was.
No, I disagree. Because around the time you guys were fucking with them is around the same time that they came up with Zug Island.
Yeah, and we opened for Zug Island a lot. Love Zug. All right, so Zug Island's first record was mostly produced like with Juggalos in mind, and featured a lot more Juggalo stuff. And I can't remember like because there was a couple. That was the Crack Tiles, right? Crack Tiles was the first one. All right, so that one was like all in-house Juggalo produced, to my understanding. And then the second record, 333, which is the one I like the most, I feel is like really deep and really rock and roll and beautiful and like a metal record, like a kind of a lighter, you know, not a hardcore record, not a metal record, but like heavy rock and roll with some, you know, twist to it. And I love that record, but it didn't do well for sales with the rest of the psychopathic, you know, Juggalo stuff.
You know why? The first album was wrote by Violent J. The second album, Sin did his own thing. That's the rumors I've heard.
Right. And yeah. And I was told like so Brother Al, who like does the sound for everybody, that's Sin's brother. You know, Brother Al was their sound man forever. I don't know who does whatever now. I've been kind of out of it for a while.
Yeah, man. This is cool.
But it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get signed with Mushroom Head under their label, and it just didn't happen. Just never happened. We just never had ink and paper in front of us at a time where somebody was like, all right, let's just do it.
Right. Yeah. I've had that a few times.
And now everybody's got kids, everybody's married. You know, we went through multiple drummers with the one with death, and, you know, then we had some bass player issues and, you know, a couple other things. But me and Brian and James have always been together. And this year's our 20-year anniversary. We're not ruling out putting out a new album for the 20-year anniversary.
Let's talk about your new band, man. What's the name of it?
Horse Feather Fallout. That also features some tracks with Brian and Fruit Picker. They're basically in the band. And then a guy that I worked with is the producer for a long time, Corey Gautran from Subpar Studios. He produced my comedy album. He did filming on one of my videos, and he and I are doing another project right now. We're filming a documentary. But first, let me tell you about Horse Feather. Before we talk about the documentary, tell you about Horse Feather Fallout. We did a podcast when I was in the underground and there's a longer story to it, but basically we were just talking about, Corey and I started a podcast called The Art of Digging, where we would pick weird artists or weird random songs that a lot of people don't know and we think are cool. Kind of like what you do. It's just music, man. It's just music.
Right.
You ain't got to fucking like one thing or another. Listen to anything. Give it a chance. And if you hate it, cool. Tell me how you hate it. Tell me why you hate it. No problem. And he would pick 3 songs, and I would pick 3 songs every week, and we get together and, you know, just talk about them. And over a period of time, we were having a conversation about what would be the 2 weirdest genres of music to put together that just don't belong for a funny project. And we decided country and industrial would be awful together. And so we made a joke. And plus, it sounds like if you put it together, it'd be cunt industrial. So we're like, we wrote a song. And we recorded it just for fun, and it was not at all like anything that we've done since. But it was kind of cool and it was fun. And we're like, so we did a whole EP, and that was 6 years ago. We did an EP where we did like 4 or 5 songs. A couple of them were okay, you know, just dicking around. Well, then so we started writing a whole new album and really getting into it. And we're like, all right, if we're gonna do this next record, this isn't a joke band anymore. This isn't something we're just dicking around and putting out, you know, let's do it beautiful. Let's make something and hope it's, you know, comes out good, even though it's so weird. And so that's what we did for 5 years. We featured other people on a bunch of stuff. There's a whole remix version coming out. So it's called Dealt from the Bottom. It's our first full-length album. It came out on Christmas Eve. It just came out on Christmas Eve. There's a CD that's got, so there are versions of 2 different songs that we did. Relax is kind of like the rap song on it, and there's a different rapper on every version. And then we did a comedy skit where it's called the Hookah Connection Freestyle, because I just kind of got a little toasty one night, and just we had this beat and I didn't write nothing to it. I'm like, let me just freestyle over it and over it and over it. I just kept doing like comedy shit over it. So there's like 3 different versions of that. And then we did a bonus track, different versions of that. So there's a CD, there's a digital, and then there's a vinyl. Each one has the different version on each one. So if you got the CD, you don't have the same version of Relax and the Hookah Connection Freestyle or the bonus track as you have if you got the vinyl or if you downloaded it digitally. So that was really cool. And we made vinyls. The first time we've ever had. We came out, when we released the CD, we had full merch. We had one video in the making and one that's was pretty much just a lyric video for promo. We made t-shirts. We made tarot cards in limited edition. We did a Kickstarter and funded the whole record through Kickstarter. And then we have 3-inch vinyls for one song with a remix on it. Yeah, we went all in. It's really fun. It's really crazy. We got Gilbert Gottfried, the comedian, to do some voice work on it. You ain't listened to any of it yet?
No, I have not. I wanted to save it for after the interview so that I can give you a real, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
So when you watch the show, you're going to get the real reactions of the music. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be biased. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, no, please.
I'm not only your friend, I'm your fan, bro. Like, I've been your fan for a long time. Dude, some of the best memories of my life is spent in the same building as you. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand.
Right.
Yeah, same, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about what's been cool lately is I have been, because of the documentary, which again we can get into, I've like been talking to people about some older stuff and like things that I'd forgotten come up. You're like, man, you don't realize how much cool shit is happening to you while it happens when you're in that kind of situation.
Right.
Where it's just so busy all the time. Everybody's partying. There's a million people trying to talk to you, do something, get something from you. Everybody wants to be part of something cool, but nobody wants to have to brunt all the work. And, you know, it's,
yeah.
You start to forget cool little moments that it's nice to be reminded of sometimes.
For sure. Some of those moments I don't want to remember, though.
Yeah, for sure. Those are the ones I remember the most when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the times at the show at the bar that like there's 3 people in my fucking crowd, but I still didn't give a fuck.
But you still did your show for those 3 people. Yep. Those 3 people, the 3 people who came to see you loved you, and we've all played shows where we've only played for 3 people.
Right. Right. And those 3 people that were there are still fans today.
And you can't be mad at those 3 people. Who are you going to be mad at? You can't be mad at those 3 people.
They showed up.
They showed up.
Right. And
so what's the point of getting mad and doing a shitty show for the people who didn't show up anyway? You fucking rock it out and let them be sad that they, you know. But it's hard to feel the same kind of energy. I know it is.
Yeah.
What's worse is when there's a good crowd and good energy and something doesn't go right or something fucks up, and then like you start losing the crowd. That's what happens when you bomb as a comic. That's the only way to relate to that.
The worst memory I have at the Underground. You guys gave me some show where it was me and this group named Oh My or something like that from Detroit, and it was an open mic night. And I posted this all over the fucking Juggalo websites. Shout out to Scotty D. He posted it on Fago Lovers. It was posted on Juggalo News. It was everywhere. It was years ago. So I thought this was going to be a Juggalo show, you know? Like open mic night for Juggalos. So like it was like 9:45. There's like maybe 150 people in the bar. 10 o'clock hits. It's packed full of people, and it's not my crowd. Right? Omar goes on stage. There's like 16 of them, and then there's like.
Oh no, yeah, Mike O.
What? I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, Mike O.
and then it was little old fucking LBSickning by himself with no hype man. His music is mediocre and nobody knows who the fuck he is. So I had a 20-minute set and and I had a 20-minute set and Kenny from
Currency.
Yeah, Kenny from Currency. He was the DJ that night. And dude, at the time, I was so pissed off at him. Like, I fucking went off on him and shit. Like, our relationship fell out for a few years because of that night. I was so mad at him because he cut me off, because in the front row, all I was paying attention to was the first 3 rows, and the first 3 rows were my people. I didn't realize that behind me, everybody was like, no, you know what I mean? No. And I didn't realize that. Once I got off the stage and after I freaked out on Kenny, and I'm going to say here, Kenny, if you see this, I apologize right here, bro. After that, and everybody, all my friends and fans and shit told me what was happening, I realized, like, okay, but still, fuck him. You know, I was young, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm, as an artist, I know where you come from. As somebody who is paying a DJ, I know what the DJ's job is, and to keep it lively. And if they're not feeling it, that is the DJ's job, kind of, to turn it back around so the crowd doesn't get, you know,
he did
violent.
He did it in a nice way, though. He did. He did it in a good professional way. I just didn't know that. I was only like 2 years in the game. You know what I mean? And
yeah, see, you know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of mistakes.
Everyone has different perspectives of these same stories.
It's where I learned, brothers. It's where so many artists, like you having that bar impacted so many. There's so many artists that learned at this place that's still doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the underground was just the place to go, dude. Dope.
Who's doing music around there now?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, might be moving back to Ohio here in a few months. We're talking about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe.
That'd be awesome, dude. Music definitely come back around. It's not the same. You know what I mean?
Well, can't ever be the same.
Well, we'll never be able to recreate.
Yeah, it won't ever be the same. It'll never be the same. But, you know,
we can always make new ones, bro. You know?
Yeah. You find somewhere, like, I really like the Halo Live venue in Sandusky, it's like a recording studio. Sean Patrick Daly does recording there, Mohawk Studio, and he's got like a venue. It's an old church, but like the parking's no good, and there's neighbors and whatnot, but it's a beautiful venue. We got to play there a little bit. We came back for a private party or something, did a Burbank show 2 years ago. And that was fun. And then we did a private horse feather party a year ago for some of our Kickstarter fans, and that was fun too.
I just once Sandusky sent me to prison, I just stay away.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame a whole town for sending you to prison, but you know.
I don't blame them for sending me.
I understand.
I'm the one that fucked up, but still, they don't like me, so I'd rather just, you know. So, man, who's your favorite horrorcore artist?
I like Esham a lot. Big fan of TBMA. If we want to talk local, TBMA used to get the horrorcore going pretty good. Yeah, I like Esham. I like Brother Lynchung.
Did you hear these headphones with TBMA?
Man, this is a long time coming. We should have did this a long time ago. Ha ha. LBSickning. Sicko ENT.
These headphones take me to a place so far away. He actually did.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, man.
I like the country album he just did too. Well, I think it's been like 2 or 3 years that he did just under his own name, Derek Kimberlin. He did like a kind of a country rap album. It's pretty good too.
There's a lot of drama with TBMA back in the day, man, between him and I. And honestly, it was jealousy. You know?
Yeah.
And jealousy on my part. just being real, there was a lot of times where like flyers were made and I was on the show and I'd have to open, and he's, you know, he was the big shot of the white rappers in Sandusky, you know what I mean? And,
yeah. No, yeah, you ain't wrong. That's cool.
I was jealous of it, dude. So I always tried to battle him, or I'd always tried to outdo him, or I always had that mind state of I always had the stupid ass mindset. Let's fight this guy instead of teaming up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dumb.
You gotta learn from people, man.
Yeah.
If he is, and why you can't. Your candle never burns brighter by blowing somebody else's out.
And I learned that over the years, you know. And once I figured that out, I reached out to TV Man. I apologized for everything that happened, and I was like, bro, can we do some music together? I've asked you all my fucking life, like, yeah. Let's do some shit, you know, because I knew about TBMA before I ever even came to the underground, and
right.
And then there
he was big on the internet.
Yeah, there was one day when I was outside. You know me, dude. I was always chilling outside with you guys, you know. Like the anxiety of the crowd always made me want to go outside, but he was there, dude, and it was just like I actually at that time I had one of his songs as my ringtone.
Nice.
And I showed it. He's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I was like, "Dude, I did what the fuck?" You know what I mean? And then shit just went sour, and it was shitty. And now we got a song together, and everything's cool. And he's doing his pepper videos. I'm proud of TBMA. He's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like his hot sauce and pepper videos and stuff too. That's pretty sweet. Like he does his own thing, and he always has. He lives by his own rules, and he always hustles. But you know, that's his path. That's his choice. That's his thing that he decided to do. And he kind of does that solo. And so, like, he was in a band called Moco that I thought was really good, but I don't think he ever really wanted to be in a band again after that. Like, because he didn't have full control of Moco, and there was drama and shit. Like, people, you know, anytime you got more than one person, man,
yeah.
Now you're trying to create the same art. It's rare to find somebody that you can work with for 20 years like I have with these guys that I'm working with now. You know, that's a special thing. And that's why we kept working together on this new project. And I feel like it's some of the best stuff I've ever written lyrically, period. I like 3 of the songs or 4 of the songs that I wrote on Horsefeather Fallout better than 90% at least of Russett Burbank. And I wrote some good shit in Russett Burbank, to me.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to it, man. I wanted to save it. I wanted to save it. I don't know.
Check this out, man. Whatever. Drive Me to the Needle. They uploaded it 7 years ago, but it's like 4,000 years old because these dudes are fucking ancient.
As I'm shot from a cannon, such lack of expression, such traveled companions, timeless when tragic, no specific direction. Each passing moments, unanswered questions. Believe me, I've seen it, I know it firsthand. The closing finale is never so grand. So bring on the dragon. I'm not scared of fighting. This burning sensation seems all too inviting. Be mighty, want something that carried me home.
And and even if I don't add more to this lazy track, man, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think
make it for you. I imagine do your thing, bro. I don't give a shit.
I thank you for letting me redo it. You know what I mean? It's dope and shit. I never expected you to give me a yes. Because
back in the day, like a couple other bands tried to do it, and we got mad about it. There was a Group Rehab. You remember Group Rehab with Tally D?
Yeah.
Like we used to jam with them a lot too, and we were friends and we liked it. But they kind of did a song after everybody liked our song. They had like "Get the fuck away from me" in it,
right?
And like similar, but whatever. I barely even remember all that, but I remember some people got pissed about it. Like our fans got more pissed about it than we did. Like, oh, cool, whatever. Glad people like us.
You don't bite the hand of somebody that's feeding you.
Well, we weren't feeding them; we were peers,
Still.
But still, yeah, we all gave and shit to each other. We just traded shows. Everybody traded shows.
Yeah, I want to put this song out, man. Once it's finished. You care? 50-50
shit, man. Do whatever you got to do.
50-50 with you on everything.
I mean, see what happens. Put it out. If you make some money, I want some money.
Yeah, man.
Otherwise, it's good.
Do you work for BMI?
You'd have to talk to. So yeah, like we got. It's between like that's on Russett Burbank and the two records that. So the two records that are out, Spotify and iTunes and Amazon and all that's accounted for with copyright and whatnot. So you have permission to do it. Once you hit a certain point or something, if somebody says something, then we'd have to look at it and go, oh, we told him he could do it.
Right.
But then, whatever. If you're making money, then yeah, whatever, give us some money.
Right,
we ain't ever going to be like, fuck you.
Yeah, of course, bro. That's what I'm saying. I want to give you, well, I'm going to split I'm going to give 50-50 of everything, but I'm going to split my 50 with Zuko since he's the one that mixed everything. You know what I'm saying?
We did Ohio by Neil Young.
Yeah.
And we didn't get full permission to do it. But we've never made enough money that they cared or noticed. It never triggered on, like, we didn't do enough sales, I guess. And I don't know if it's available now on downloads. We didn't release it on one of those two records with that, but we released it physical copies. And you can find it. But we never made enough money that anybody noticed or cared. So
right.
That's kind of always been the way we looked at it. Like, if nobody makes enough money that anybody cares and wants to sue over it, then fucking God bless you, do it.
Well, if I make $1 million, I'm definitely going to let you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Nick, take
pay who you need to pay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if somebody makes money, we can all make money. I love that shit.
Fuck yeah, let's fucking open another bar together or something. I don't know.
Yeah, now I drink too much. No, I miss doing music. I miss the live music scene. I miss being able to just write a song with my friends or whatever. And some of the satisfaction you get back from doing comedy, because it's it's a similar creative headspace from where you come from, like the way you go into it, and then you do have to entertain the crowd. It's a lot different because you're 100% on your own. Like, if I told a joke in between songs and it didn't go well, and there was nothing, the band could start playing music and we just get back at it. But if I tell a joke just in comedy and it doesn't go well and there's no laughter, then I feel like, oh, well, shit, now you don't like me. God damn it. If you didn't like that, you probably ain't going to like nothing else I have to say either.
Right.
And
that's a lot harder.
That's the biggest differences between the music and comedy, but they're also similar in those ways. The last thing I want to tell you, because I'm freezing in my garage, getting cold, is
ended anyways, man. I appreciate you, bro, and I can't wait to listen to your new music. And dude, thank you for all the memories. And
let me tell you about the documentary.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I get out of here, I've never met my dad. He never knew me. I never knew who he was. when my mom got pregnant with me, she was in California from this guy. He didn't want me. She didn't want to not have me. So she moved back to Ohio, where I was born. Never knew anything about him. Only asked once or twice, whatever. Never got a lot of information. But I always wondered in my head, it's been, something. Anyway, just last year, my mom started talking about it a little bit to me. And I'm like, wait, hold on, stop. I want to document the whole thing. And I just started filming a documentary about getting all this information and trying to find my dad. And I've been doing that since last July. And then just a month ago, I found him.
Oh, yeah?
And so we've been recording all this. So there's a trailer that's going to come out on Saturday. And you got to find that too. The name of the film is going to be, it's a documentary. It's going to be called Let's Find the Bastard, the Jeremiah Davis Story. Because in a different world, I would have been Jeremiah Davis. Had my dad married my mom and they named me together, I would have been Jeremiah Davis, a different dude. But the whole process and struggle and, everything that I've done, we're releasing a documentary. And now that we found him, the last thing is we're starting a GoFundMe when the trailer comes out so we can go out, meet him, and film the last part of the movie. And then I try to submit it to film festivals and do all that. So that's like my number one project right now. That and Horse Feather is probably number 2.
Make sure when this is all finished, you give me all the links so I can put it in the description.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro. Once again, bro, thank you for all the memories and thank you for everything you've ever done, bro. Like,
LB, you too, buddy. No problem. I'm glad it meant so much to you. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Those cold nights on a fucking cell block.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you ain't got a lot to think about good about yourself.
Right.
So,
and
that's
music's the only thing I've ever been even remotely successful in. And I feel like when all that happened and I ended up going to prison, and then while I'm in prison, the underground gets shut down. I felt like everything just went to shit, really fast. And it took a long time, and now look where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, we're all right, dude. Life's going great, right? You're all right, bro. Happiness is a choice.
All right. Yeah.
It's
hard to make that choice sometimes. You gotta do work too. Right. That's the other part. You gotta do the work.
I mean, look at this shit. Look at this shit. All right? Look. I'm in a fucking magazine.
That's awesome.
Eminem and MGK, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I saw that. That's sweet.
I mean, did you ever think that I'd get that far with it, bro? Be honest.
I thought that you would make something that, I didn't.
Be real. Be honest.
What was your big
You're not going to hurt my fucking feelings. Trust me, I've heard the worst.
You were always doing good at videos. Like, you always had good video. What was the one song?
She shit on my shit.
What was her name? Katie.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was hilarious. And when I saw that too, that was another thing. I'm like, look, now he's not taking himself ridiculously seriously and having fun. And then the video is fun.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I felt like if you kept going down that path where you're having fun with things, where you're involving other people that get it, and you're not taking your shit too crazy seriously,
right?
That would be cool. Like, do that. Let me give you some advice somebody else told me, not about me, I really like the rapper NF right now. I know not a lot of people do, or some people do, that's how shit goes. But I think he's very prolific. And I get what he says, because I feel that way a lot of times. I feel a lot of the shit that he says. And my friend was like, yeah, but why can't you be happy about something from time to time? Write me a happy song, bitch. And I'm like, write me a happy song, bitch.
Right.
That's
I get that a lot.
Yeah, that's I'm giving.
Wait till you hear the Smoke diss track that's coming out with 1 Ton from Potluck, man.
Oh, I love 1 Ton.
Yeah, he's dope, bro.
Yeah. Were you there when we had potluck at the Underground?
Where do you think I met him at, bro?
Okay, well there you go. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I never remember what shows people are at either. Like, we had so many cool shows, and some that like people missed. Did you see? Were you there for Busy Bone?
Yeah, I got to meet Busy Bone.
Yeah.
There's a couple people that like I could kick you in the balls because you didn't let me meet them. I opened up for Boondocks 3 times.
He was a dick. He didn't want to meet nobody, dude. And that wasn't on you.
Yeah.
He didn't want to meet nobody. A couple people weaseled their fucking ways into meeting him, but he didn't want to meet nobody. He was weird.
Yeah.
He didn't talk to me.
Wow. See, I always thought that was you, just being a dick.
It wasn't. He didn't want to meet people.
Yeah.
I think he met Sean Whoopser from 419, and I think maybe they weaseled their way into meeting him. Because I told Sean the same thing. Like, he's just being weird. And I think Sean felt the same way about it. Like, that dude, like, that was part of the thing coming in. He's like, he didn't really want to meet people.
Well, like, I'm working with Buckshot. I got to try coming out with Buckshot and Deviant Horror. And Boondocks is kind of in his circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Boondocks literally calls his fans the weirdos. You know what I mean? Look, I just got their box set and shit. Like, they sent me their box set. It's dope.
Oh, cool.
Right. Got a song coming out with Kung Fu Vampire too. But anyways.
Oh, nice. I like Kung Fu Vampire.
Yeah. Anyways, Boondocks is in that circle, and I've reached out to Boondocks, and no, it's nothing. You know, some people are just like that. I don't know. You know.
And then this was years ago too.
Right.
Who knows what he was going through? And this is, you know, there's a whole talk about anxiety and dealing with, you know, social anxiety issues, and he had switched some meds or something. I don't know.
Right.
But he never really talked to me either.
If you pay attention to his career, he explains it for sure. You know, it'd be a dream come true to work with Boondocks. It'd be cool. There's an Anybody Killer show. Dude, there's so many memories, man. Do you remember when Little Scrappy came to town? You got me on the Little Scrappy show, and then all the fucking audio went off. As soon as he went on stage, it was like perfect until he goes on stage, and then audio goes out, and he ends up screaming most of his show. Remember that?
Yeah, and then that's because it got too many people and it got too hot. And people start pulling cords and shit starts breaking. At the end of the night, it got shitty, and me and Little Scrappy ended up sitting in the smoke shop, like, with a couple of man, he was super cool. Just kicking it, talking music, and just talking bullshit, like not even talking rap music per se, just talking music and talking the business. He was really cool. He was cool. He did sit and talk with me. And me and Little Scrappy had a really cool conversation. There are not many rappers I can say that about. Busy Bone was cool.
Mims was probably the coolest rapper I met ever.
Mims was super cool. Cassidy was super cool.
Lil White was cool, except for
Man, Lil White was a dick. Fuck Lil White.
He was just high, bro. You know.
Yeah.
The first thing he said to me, I walked up to him. Hey, what's up? I was like, "What's up, man? It's nice to meet you, bro. It's an honor to open up for you." He's like, "Yeah, you got any Oxycontin?"
Right. Yeah. That's he was definitely a junkie.
You know, it is what it is. You know.
I didn't think he was that good. Like, I didn't think he put on that good of a show. We had all the little White, Little Scrappy. Do we have Little Flip?
It's Blaze Hunter, 9th Wonder. Yes, sir. We got LBSickning. We got Lil Flip. I'm a sicko.
How many times you tell me to put the mic down? You quiet now, it's time to put my CD on. It's 419, we fire wow.
And when them swangers hit that pavement, it makes sparks fly. Don't piss me off, cause you'll see tales from the dark side.
Quit with the theories, just get with signature series on me. Just picture the fury, I used to get you to hear me. I'm a beast, rock roller, I'm a dog. Best believe I got dollars, I'm a boss. I'm the realest to do this.
Yeah, Lil Flip. That's where I met Lil Flip, bro. You know, the first time. You know, that's what made me want to work with Lil Flip is when he came to town because he was cool.
Or Die was, man, Do or Die. Loved working with Do or Die. Those guys were cool cats. They were
worked with Do or Die a few different times. I even did the show in Fremont with them.
Diggity and the underground persists. Chicago's legendary Do or Die live in concert Friday, January 18th at the Underground, Sandusky, Ohio. Come and join the biggest event this winter. It's only $15 at the door, and this is an 18-up event. Must have proper ID to enter and must be 21 and up to drink. Doors open at 7 p.m. so make sure you come early, because once they hit capacity, the doors close, and you don't want to miss this. Do or Die live Friday, January 18th at the Underground. Be there.
They were dope, man. Great guys.
I remember when you put me on I was the only rapper on like 5 or 6 different metal shows, and they were feeling me. And that's honestly when I knew I had something here, is because...
Well, the problem was a lot of the rap shows we had, and were more urban street gangster rap, black rap sometimes. Yeah. And what you were doing was more like, and some of the people felt that, but a lot of them wouldn't, depending on who was on the show. You know, like you were just saying about Kenny, you know, getting you off the show or whatever. That was probably the smart thing to do on that one. But then, like, metal crowds don't like a lot of that kind of rap as much either. They'll like more, you know, aggressive horrorcore, you know, hardcore rap. And that's, you know, so it made sense. And
I learned all that through your bar, you know. Bro, I don't want to make this an hour long and shit. Thank you for your interview, bro. No,
it's good. I don't mind talking. It's cool. I'm glad to keep the fucking spirit alive, man. I'm glad when people are still doing music. I'm still doing music, and I'm old. You know, nobody's out there rocking crowds right now because of COVID, but you know, we're making music, and we're, you know, that's when you can take time and make cool album art and make extra vinyls and do remixes of your own shit. And,
my team is calling this the Plandemic.
The Plandemic. Yeah, man. Do some planning. I'm filming a documentary and releasing an album. What y'all doing? You know? Plus being a dad and raising a family and working 2 jobs. Get off your bitch asses. Hustle. Not you, Obi. I know you hustling. That's why I'm like, man, I like what you're doing. Hit me up.
Thank you, bro. So what's one message you want to give to the world that your fans can't hear? People that don't ride with you, people that don't like you.
Shut the fuck up and listen to what other people are saying before you want to respond. Stop thinking about what you're going to say next and actually listen to what someone's telling you first. Respond to that, not to what you had already planned to tell them, no matter what they had to say. That's the thing we all need to do a little more, and that's like how I want you to listen to my music.
What do you got to say to your fans? The rest of the world can't hear it.
Man, thanks everybody for fucking keeping me feeling like I got a reason to keep making music. Because sometimes when it stops being fun, it's hard to feel like anything is worthwhile. And then when somebody tells you like, hey, you know, I really fucking love this song. It got me through a hard time, you know, on a cold floor or whatever it might have been. You're like, see, good. That's why now I feel good about it again. Like, sometimes you doubt yourself, but, you know, don't forget there's other people. You know, I appreciate all the fans. And also, check out all my new shit, because if you like my old shit, I still am pretty cool. So if you like the old me, check out this new me and shit. Like, I've learned things. I'm not selling out. I'm doing weirder shit. I'm learning stuff. And fund my documentary as well, so I can have my dad do fucking weird crystal therapy on me when we meet. It's a little behind the scenes for you.
If I ever met my dad again, I'd punch him in his fucking nose. But that's me.
I get that. That might happen too.
You ever seen He's a Coward?
No.
You should go see it. My son. You remember watching my son be premature and all that stuff. You were a big part of it. You were commenting every day and stuff. I remember that. Yeah, he's in it. You know, he plays me in the video and stuff, and it's a hardcore video. You know.
Of course it is.
My mom's like, you shouldn't be letting him do that. You're teaching him how to murder. I'm like, Mom, I took him to counseling.
Well, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's with an asshole. You know, the song's with Rife and shit. Rife can kiss my ass, but, you know.
I know how it goes.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
Send
getting
me the link. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I will. Thanks for getting on the show, Nick. I appreciate you, bro. Much love,
Absolutely,
brother.
man. Good to meet you. Holler at me.
Next time you're in Ohio, hopefully my car's not a piece of shit and I can come see you.
I feel that. I had a lot of that recently myself.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
Listen to that album. Let me know what you think.
Starving artist here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll see you later, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too, bud.
Pieces.
I got so many memories with these fucking dudes, man. Yo, man. Nick, thanks for getting on the show. Russett Burbank. What the fuck's the name of the other band? I'm a fan. I'm a new fan. I don't even fucking know the name of the band. But I like Russett Burbank. So, whatever. Your new band's dope too, dog. But, you know, I got more memories with Russett. You know what I'm saying? That first track, though. That first track was, yeah. You know. Anyways, LBSickning making another video for my sickos.
Shout out to Blaze Hunter Night Wonder. '93, I was born to a queen. Never had a dad, he was so quick to leave. Always putting booty for his family. 27 years later, soul searching, trying to find the real me. Went down the road for the time being, came out a new me. Started chasing my dreams. Next thing you know, you started seeing me on TV. Hollywood in the hood, shout out to Player T. LBSickning, ENT, that's the team. I've been at it ever since I was a teen. Dropped out of school at the age of 17. Middle finger to those who doubted me. All the hatred never bothered me. If anything, it motivated me to do better. Started chasing paper, gotta stack the cheddar. Hitting licks ain't the way I wanna live my music. I be doing it for my kids. Yeah, I do it for my kids. Yeah. We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. 1986, I was born to a queen. Never had a dad, he was always quick to leave. Chasing high instead of spending time with me. Track marks down his arm and we sleeping in the tent. He spent the money on his dope so we couldn't pay the rent. Cash spent ever since my mother got us out the gutter. If I ever see that man, I'm gonna kill the motherfucker. Where your balls at, little boy? I grew to be a man. Why you never grew up? I guess I call you Peter Pan. I look my child in the eyes, I can never leave the side. Real father specify that beats go reside. We never played catch, you didn't see my first day. You never even met my child, how you look yourself in the face. I hope you die alone on your deathbed. Doesn't equal the amount of my tears shed. Little boy, yeah, I've grown, then I've learned from your mistakes. You did the best you could for me, your junkie ass just stayed away. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour.
Yo, this your boy Zuka. You gotta check out Juggalo Day on February 17th. Signature Series Network. Sicko ENT, baby. Woo woo!
Thanks for being on the show. See you later. Still here?
another edition of the Cable Spotlight Report. Today we're spotlighting the brand new release of Blaze Hunter's new single, Shout Out to the Struggle, featuring LBSickning and Rife from Sicko Entertainment. This trio has joined forces creating a hip-hop classic that does not disappoint. You can find Shout Out to the Struggle on all streaming platforms. And their official music video is coming soon. This has been another edition of the Cable Spotlight Report. Make sure you stay tuned in to the Blaze It Up Music Series show. Take this opportunity to share the live feed and support the culture. It's your girl K Will. Stay safe.
So I'ma get this to the struggle. Thank God for the struggle.